like the fire in a cheetah, like a star about to fall. A fever rush inside me when I see her. I'm a dice roll.
Fam, I know, like what is this? This is major, right? Hey fam, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another makeup tutorial. I woke up so inspired to do a bridal look, so that's what this is. I love this makeup so much. I think it's absolutely stunning. And I will admit, I did Amazon a veil. It feels super fun to be wearing one. I'm pretty excited. But yes, I was just thinking about my ideal makeup for my wedding or anybody's wedding. I'm also really jazzed because it's using the new Morphe Brushes 35R palette. But anyway, this is the look. I hope you guys like it. Definitely give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright fam, so to start out this bridal look, we first want to focus on our skincare, in my opinion. I already washed my face, I did exfoliate, I did a bunch of that just because sometimes you can have some whiteheads and some acne left over from the night before. I used my Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant, which I love. It totally just takes care of all of my acne. So first to start off, I'm going to use this from Urban Decay. This is the B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Priming Spray. Whoa, a lot of words there. I'm not going to only use this for my primer. For me, it's just not enough, but if that's enough for you, that's freaking awesome. Skin balancing, it evens your skin tone, it's oil absorbing. So that's going to be our first layer of skincare. We then, of course, want to go in with a moisturizer. I am trying this for the first time, so you obviously might want to use a moisturizer you're really familiar with before your wedding day. It's definitely not the time to try out anything new and then find out that oils rise above it and things like that. I've heard great things about this, so I'm really intrigued by it and I just want to try it today. This is the e.l.f. Illuminating Moisturizer with SPF 15. Interesting. Looks like it has a little... It's really yellow. I smell the sunscreen. There's that sunscreen smell, which I kind of like. For brows, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown. This is just my go-to. It's something I know just 100% works for me, and that my brows will just look great, and I won't be worried about them being too harsh or too dark. And I like to start on the bottoms, right in the front. And I do like to work on both at the same time. In my opinion, that way your hand really kind of memorizes and mimics on both sides the way your brow's supposed to be. Do you know what I mean? You get used to feeling the way your hand goes, and you know if you went too far up on one side or not far up enough. I don't know. In my opinion, it's just easier for me to do both at once because my brows are so uneven. Do you know what I mean? And then I'll come in and start filling in the top, because that's really what's kind of messing my brow up, is that I'm missing the tops. Typical, I know, that's usually the story with our eyebrows. The tops and the tails, right? Just very short, light strokes, because I'm just trying to mimic my hair. I never want to press deeper than what it looks like my hair is. Do you know what I mean? I don't want a deeper line than my actual brow hair color. Just like so, and now we can start brushing them out. Mine do look a little thick right now, and just a little heavy, but after we clean it up with concealer, that really fixes that. Now that my brows are filled into my desired liking, I'm going to clean them up with my Makeup Forever concealer palette. I typically just take the one closest to my skin tone or even a shade lighter so I can get a nice highlight effect. And you guys know the drill. This is nothing new. I'm just going to go through and clean up my brows. And last but not least, of course, you want to set it. So this is the Benefit Cosmetics Brow Ready and Set? Oh, Ready Set Brow. I said that completely backwards. I kind of feel like the Anastasia is a little stronger of a hold. I think that's what I've come to. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Eye Primer. I really like this primer. It's great if your lids are more dry or if they tend to crease a little bit more. And on the lids today, we're going to use the Morphe 35R palette, you guys. I've been getting a ton of requests to use this palette. So first things first, I want to take a little bit of this matte creamy shade. I'm of course going to pop this on my highlight, but really all over the lid. I'm going to blur that in, blend it in, and this is going to lock in our primer and allow our shadows to blend nicely on top of it. From there, I also want to jump into, I think I want to go into this one right here. It's like a very light, minky little brown, I always like to call those. I'm going to take that and start building it throughout the crease. It can go on the lid, that's fine, but I really want this to be our transition shade. So I'm blending it all the way through with the same brush. Isn't that a pretty shade? Again, just blending, blending, blending. and marry it into the highlight. Oh my gosh, this is like the most appropriate video where I've used my marrying terms. Just like that. Okay, step 1 is complete for the shadow, you guys. Now let's add a little more drama, but not too much. We want this to be a classy drama. I actually want to take a pencil brush. This is the Titanium E30 from Sigma Beauty. I'm going to pop into this shadow here. It's like an espresso of some sort. And I'm going to start building that up along my lash line and winging it slightly out, as you saw I did there. Blend it in. I want to take the E40 again, just to marry those shades together, just like that, and make sure you're fanning it out on the edges there to blend. I'm going to take a clean little tapered blending brush here and buff around the edges of that so it marries in nicely. Just packing, 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 and drag out and over. Do you know what I mean? Like that. And then of course taking our E40 one more time, blend over all of that and marry it together. Oh, look, and I just went to a wedding too, so I'm feeling like totally wedding inspired. Okay, real quick, I want to take a little bit more of the matte highlight shade right here, that yummy buttery color. Doesn't it remind you of butter? Reminds me of us shea butters. Anyway, I'm going to take this little butter on a brush in my highlight point before we blend them together. In my opinion, it's always good to go back and do this after you're done blending your crease, because sometimes it can just move right up, can't it? To blend and marry those shades together. And then, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I'm actually gonna take the butter shade one more time. I wanna pack it on the inner half right here and use it to really brighten that up, make that look nice and smooth. Blend, blend, blend. Oh, so pigmented, beautiful. This is a nice palette. I wasn't sure if it would be like different enough from their others to need it, but you might need it. Very lastly, you guys, in this palette, I'm gonna take just the smallest dab of this darker espresso right here. I do not want much, and I'm actually tapping off like a ton because I don't want to get too carried away, but I just want to add this ever so slightly on the outer half. Just oomph it up a tiny bit. Next, of course, we need to line our eyes. This is the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in the shade. It's the Highliner, it's the matte formula though. This is Earthquake, and it is just a lovely deep chocolate brown. And I just want to tight line my upper lash line like this. I'll probably do my lower lash line too. And if you want to use black, I totally understand. Sometimes if you're used to wearing just black liner always, you feel silly and weird without it, and I get that. I also think brown liner just looks so beautiful. To me, it's just so pretty, you know? It's not too much, it's not too deep, but you still get that great definition that you're looking for. And I'm just really a fan of dark brown eyeliner. So if you're more comfortable with black, I get it. Stick with what you're comfortable with. If you haven't tried a deep espresso or a brown, I highly recommend it. A lot of people like to leave their bottom lash line open on their wedding day so your eyes look a little more open, which you totally can do. I am going to line mine though because I know myself and I know my liner transfers anyway. And then if a little liner gets on your lid, I recommend just blending it out or buffing out anyway with just a little detail brush along your lashes. Just make sure everything is nice and seamless. And then with that same little brush, I'm going to buff out the liner on our bottom lash line as well. I'm also going to take a fluffy blending brush to just keep blending out that liner. It really started to blend, but I really like the look of it. It's like super blown out, and we're obviously going to clean it up when we do our concealer and stuff, but for now I want to make sure it's extra blended out. Before we move on, I'm going to curl my lashes. Sometimes I just like to do this before I do my face. I don't know why. And this is my Lancome lash curler that I love. So just a few little pinches there, a few little pinches here. From here, I'm going to take my Double Decker lashes from Butter London. It's a lovely mascara. Of course, you're going to want to use waterproof, you guys. This is not waterproof, but I'm not actually getting married today. I wish I was, but I'm not. So I'm just going to throw this on my lashes lightly. Don't over clump, because remember, we want a really light, beautiful, fluttery look, and we still need to put some falsies on top of this, so we want it to be workable and not too clumpy. Sometimes that's my fault because I love loads of mascara. Now for the face, you guys, I probably should have put this on in the beginning, but I forgot. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. It's a 24 karat gold infused beauty oil. I was surprised it's not actually rose gold, considering it's called the Rose Gold oil, but that's fine. And as you can hopefully see, there really are little gold flakes in there. I can't believe I'm like literally rubbing gold on my face right now. I never saw that coming. I will say I love how like tangerine-y this smells. Gosh, I have like the most reactive skin. Every time I rub it, it turns like red, red, red. And now that that's all absorbed into our skin, I recommend you use a primer, of course. You're gonna want something to fill in the pores and find lines and whatnot. So this is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Primer. I just got this. It's my 3rd time trying it, and the first 2 times I was freaking obsessed with it. It's oil-free. Say it's a serum. When I first tried this, I was like, how is this going to prime me? Because it's like a serum. It feels super serum-y, so I was like, there's just no way. No, you guys, I could not believe it. So I do really recommend you guys try it. Even if you don't purchase it yet, I recommend going in and seeing if you can get a sample of it at Ulta or at Sephora or wherever. Do you guys see, like, already it took out so much redness, and I know It Cosmetics is like great for that. If you have redness or rosacea. For my bridal foundation, I'm going to combine these 2 here. So I have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, the classic foundation. In case it's a little bit out of your reach, I also wanted to include the Wet n Wild Photofocus because lately this has been my life, and I actually wore it to a wedding the other night. And not that I was in a wedding, but I was in photos and it looked beautiful. It photographed so well. So I'm actually going to mix these 2 because neither shade is actually perfect for me. So the Makeup Forever is in the shade Y245 and your Wet n Wild is going to be in the shade Nude Ivory. I'm so jazzed about this, you guys. I'm finally using it. I bought this again with the Sephora VIB haul forever ago. I'm going to do 2 pumps of my Makeup Forever. It's by Cosmo Cube. Yep. And then I'm also going to mix in a drop of my Nude Ivory. This is really great too because I can actually scoop it out and like ba-doop, 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 just plant it right there. Beautiful! It's all on this tray, nothing on the back of my hand. I'm excited about this. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that made a pretty great shade. It's definitely not too dark. Could be a fraction too light, but that's easy to fix. Also, we need to wait and see if it's going to oxidize, you know what I mean? Blend, 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 blend. I do really like how it just kind of like focuses it all on this tray. I feel like I'm able to get like a lot more foundation. I love that foundation combination. I think that is gorgeous. For concealer, I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. And down the nose. For our highlight, I like to go through the brow point, but if you don't, that's fine. And then I'm also just going to do a few little bumps here on my forehead. And let's also do some on the chin. And then slightly right here, right underneath our contour. And now, of course, let's go ahead and blend that all in, you guys. I love to use just the round edge on the round side on my 3D HD blender from Sigma. Blend, blend, blend right under there. I need to get a new one of these shape tapes because actually I think mine's a little bit too light for my skin anymore. Which shade did I get, fair or light? Oh, I got the light, so I need to go 1 up. And now, of course, under the eyes. And of course, gotta get that forehead. I'm also going to take the Colourpop contour stick. This is in the shade Easy Peasy. They're sculpting sticks. I'm just going to run this through my cheek, bone hollows. You guys know. I just basically want to start a great base for our contour. And then also 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2, 3 here. Then I'm going to blend that in with my Sigma Beauty 3D HD. Kabuki brush, just buffing it in there. This brush makes it super duper easy to brush in like pretty much like a straight line, you know what I mean? And then of course against the hairline. And then I always like to go around the edges and make sure everything is nicely blended out and soft. Just beautiful. I'm going to take my Laura Mercier setting powder. So taking it on the back of my Sigma Beauty 3D HD. I need to look way up so that it doesn't crease. And of course, lightly underneath the contour. And while that bakes for a short minute, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Goodbye Photo Flashback Press Powder in the shade Natural Buff. Blend, blend, blend. And then you can also use whatever's left on the brush to sweep away any of that translucent powder if you've baked for long enough, like I have. Next, I'm going to jump into the Benefit Cosmetics Cheek Parade. I think I want to take Hoola Light. Jumping into Hoola Light, I like to use this on top of my contour. I've been loving Hoola Light. First of all, I love how it smells. But besides that, I do really love its tone. It's just exactly what I needed. Hoola was just a bit much for me, and Hoola Light is just kind of perfect. So if you had a hard time with Hoola as well, you might really like Hoola Light. I'm going to pop into this shade down here, you guys. Just kind of like a berry espresso is the best way I know how to describe it. And I just want to blend that in because it kind of disappeared throughout all of our concealer and such. And then with a clean blending brush, I'm just making sure that is all blended in. No smudges, no fallout, no nothing of that nature. Next, I'm going to grab this e.l.f. Cosmetics palette. This is the contouring palette in, oh, it says assorted, so I don't know if there's a light or a medium or what. But I'm going to take this and I'm just going to get a little bit of this, of the deepest one here on my brush. This is a Smith 220 brush, and I'm just going to ever so slightly contour my nose. And then I'm taking my powder brush that I was applying my powder foundation with, and I'm going to buff that over my contour that I just laid down. Let's throw our lashes on before I forget any more than I already have. This is actually a drugstore pair of lashes. They're by e.l.f. They're the Winged Bolded Luxe Lash Kit. I think they look beautiful, so I'm excited to try them. Look like that there. Definitely bigger than my eyes. I'm gonna have to trim them. I'm gonna add some glue to my lashes, and we will just strap these on really quickly. Take that, I'm going to lay that on my lashes. Those are freaking beautiful. Oh, so fluttery and gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I just found my new favorite lashes, and they're by e.l.f. Cosmetics. I love these lashes, you guys. These are the most beautiful lashes like I've ever seen from the drugstore. Now, the only thing I don't like about these lashes is it looks like there might be a pretty thick white band that goes like across the top of the lashes. It's like always the case. I hate that. I'm like, brands, why do you keep making the lash band white? And then for blush, I know you're gonna be like, SHAE, what the hell are you doing? No, but I love using a brighter blush. This way you have to use less. It stains, it lasts. It's a good idea. Trust me, it really is. This is Kylie Cosmetics Virginity Blush. So there's that. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say when I film videos anymore. Hardly tapping any of this on the brush. How beautiful is that? See, it looked horrifying, but actually on, it's a very beautiful and natural color. I love that shade. I think that's so beautiful. I need to pop some mascara on my bottom lashes before I forget, because I always forget. I don't remember till I'm like done filming, and then I'm like, oh crap. I look like a moron. And then for highlighter, you guys, I wanted something really just like light, pretty natural. I think the LORAC Starlight would be beautiful, at least at first. I might need something else, but we'll see. So again, this is in the shade Starlight. It's the LORAC Cosmetics highlighter. Just lightly bringing it through and up into the temple, connecting kind of to the brow bone. And now after all that, let's spray our face. This is the All Nighter by Urban Decay. Next for lips, I'm first going to line with Colourpop Cosmetics Lippy Pencil in the shade I'm Yours. Take the Colourpop Cosmetics Ultra Blotted Lip. This is in the shade Doozy. And I want to take this and just kind of add it almost like an ombre, but you can put it all over the lips. It really doesn't matter. Go ahead and top it over everything. And now that our makeup's all done, we of course need to add our veil. Talk about completing the look. Is this how you put it on? Lord, no. No, I really am struggling. I really cannot get the wedding veil on. Maybe it's a sign. Alright fam, that's it for my bridal inspired makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I actually love this makeup. I will probably definitely wear something just like this on my wedding day. I love, I love, I love. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely make sure you're following me on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter, of course, if you'd like to be a part of my wedding planning, because that's super fun. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you haven't. Love you fam, bye!